So I'm headed off on my adventure to start off on doing some research on what I think is a mechanism that is similar to a climate control system that's located on the planet. And from my vantage point so far, like the weather has been kind of, I don't want to jinx it, but it's been rather warm for this winter so far. And it was even warm kind of later in the fall, but then it was kind of cool in the summer months here. So I'm thinking that there's some form of a shift going on that's messing with this, what I call some type of alternating current that I think is located inside of the center of this particular planet. However, I think there's different points on this grid where you can access it. So I started doing some research on this a couple of months back and finally was able to get an annuity to trigger that is definitely, I think, related to this particular topic that I'm speaking of. You guys know I use sports to do occult research as well as trading and things of that nature, but in this particular case it's based on occult research and based on a National Hockey League game. We visited a particular annuity that was the Avalanche versus the Islanders, and this is almost just epic. If you study the text and going back into the researching this particular mechanism that I'm telling you about, which is this internal mechanism that I think is used to heat the planet or whatever. So if you look at this annuity, it's talking about the island, and then the Avalanche played the Islanders, and it was a 1-0. So, man, I've been to this particular area in Denver or outside of Denver that's connected to what I believe is a particular ley line and grid that connects to this particular mechanism that's all the way somewhere else in the Midwest. We're talking like where like the Appalachian Mountains are. There's a particular grid that goes all the way from the Appalachian Mountains all the way to somewhere like west of Denver that I believe is connecting this mechanism that we're going to speak of. So where I'm at now in this area is a major area because this would be kind of like the middle point of the grid or the only way to access it. So you guys know, like, you may not understand everything that I'm saying, but you guys know I take this particular work kind of serious. So this could actually lead to a spark of energy on this planet that a lot of people are not used to. That's going to be very sexual in nature and it's going to be able to spark the Kundalini in everybody. It's going to activate something that a lot of people may get afraid of because it can get violent, but it's going to be very primordial, which can lead to either sexual violence or, on the positive side, energy that you can use in your body to actually perform and do something great if you're able to master what's called spiritual control. Not a religious control, but a spiritual control of knowing when of the temperament of the flesh and knowing when to do a thing, when to hold off from doing a thing, and knowing your body and your discipline. Because this is what I think is going to help us to connect to this particular part of the grid. Because when this happens, I mean, we're talking about like areas that, like, you may think that this is minor what I'm talking about, but it's going to change the real estate on this planet. I mean, we're talking about possibly within a few years, areas that were once desert being rainforests, or not necessarily rainforests, but being able to have water streams coming through them or whatever. This is what we're getting at or whatever with this particular research that I've been doing or whatever. So like this, financially, of course, that's in the call that's always trying to show people the financial benefit as well as the spiritual benefit could actually lead to, for people that own any kind of real estate, because it's going to be a total change. Because like we really don't know how this planet is going to look within the next 20 years. I'm telling you, I'm serious. Based upon this particular change, or whatever, you know, like the climate's going to be, that's going to be the first start. Based upon where you live, you're not going to just be able to go somewhere and just predict the weather. So we got to kind of like live in a state of 5D, which I'll go into hopefully in future episodes, which is a part of the grid that takes you out of the state of being trapped into the cot or the body or the shell and into the electrical magnetic aspect of the grid. So we're going to real soon coming into the future. I really appreciate you guys for just tuning in real quick, talking about this or whatever. Follow me to my astrology party. I'll be coming up with some more information once I get there, so I'm going to now, and then from there get into some research or whatever. So you guys stay vigilant. Namaste.